All right, guys, welcome back. I'm Cody, the Rad Retro Dad, and today I have an update video for you guys on the Vectrex Mini. And yes, I'm going to say Vectrex in this video. You guys all let me know how wrong I was to say Vectrex in the last video. I was excited. I was talking fast, and yeah, I said Vectrex a lot. Anyways, I'm going to do my best to say Vectrex in this video. But there is a special edition, and David Augia, I hope I'm saying that right, Augia, I'm sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong. He's the guy that's appearing at the game conventions, and he's the one that's out there talking about the Vectrex and letting us know all the information there is about it. Kind of the guy that's like leading the charge on this. And he has revealed that there is going to be a special edition, and we'll get into it and we'll talk about it. But he also made some comments in my last video and kind of confirmed a lot of what I said and speculated about for it. But he also revealed some little details that I'm going to share with you. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it.
Come on, let's all go to the Rad Retro Show. Master of the Retroverse, he's the Rad Retro Dad. He's the Rad Retro Dad.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about all the information that I've learned about the Vectrex Mini. We're going to start with what David commented on my last video, because I think that he reveals a lot of really good information that he didn't have to do this on my video, but he did. And I really appreciate it. And so let's just kind of read his comment here. And as you see, it's Pappy Geek, but if you click on him, it's him. All right, so let's just kind of read through this, and I'll tell you what kind of stood out to me. All right, so let's just go over his comment. Now, this was on my original video, and I will leave a link over here at the end of the video, so you can watch that as well. He says, "Thanks so much, Retro Dad. The video is excellent, and your analysis is very close to reality. Very soon, we are going to reveal every detail on the mini console, so we can look forward to that. But you are right. No way to have a CRT built into it, but we will have an AMOLED screen. That's an active matrix OLED screen. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen an active matrix OLED screen, but I think it's going to be a really good screen. That gives a very good result to the simulated vector graphic games. And yes, we are going to include overlays for each of the included games. And they have 12 so far. So I'm hoping by the end of the Kickstarter program, they're going to have more than 12 built in. But as of right now, he has confirmed there is 12, and that they are going to have the overlays included for each included game. What that tells me is that these overlays are not going to be sold separately. They're going to come with the console itself, which I think is pretty cool. You'll be able to load games on an SD card. I think this is super important, and this is a good detail to reveal to us. What this means is that we can put games on that SD card, obviously, but what it gives us the ability to do is to actually put like new fan-made games on that SD card too, and play games that didn't originally come on the original. I think that's pretty awesome. And so he reveals the price to us. The price will be 50 euros plus 12 euros for US delivery. Now, I got a calculator pulled up here, and what that translates into is 150 plus 12 is 162 euros, which translates into roughly $190. Now, that does not include tax. I don't know how tax is going to be handled where it's being shipped from Europe. But you can expect to pay about $200 for this. So far, because it's changing every week. So that doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be the price. it could change by the time the Kickstarter is there. Thanks for your enthusiasm. And yes, our text have been translated from French to English. He even confirmed that. And I was just joking around. But I said in the last video, I said, the paragraphs, the way that the terminology is worded on their website is a little strange, because I believe it's being translated from French to English, and he confirms that too, which I thought was funny. Anyways, David, if you're watching this video, we appreciate the information, and thank you for taking the time to give us those details. You didn't have to, and we really appreciate it. All right, so now let's talk about something really cool. This right here is a special edition, a white Vectrex Mini. I think this is super cool. I've said it in other videos. I like white electronics. I think they look awesome. But not only do we get to see the white version of it, we also get to see the packaging. I think that this packaging just is really awesome. It's got a really retro feel to it. I like the gray, and I don't know how well you can see it on the video here, but it's got a grid pattern on the box as well. Really gives off like those old computer packaging vibes from like the 70s and 80s. I really think this is awesome. It says built-in AMOLED LED screen, no TV hookup needed. Right down here it says 12 original Vectrex games included and more. I don't know what it means by and more. That has not been confirmed yet. And it says only Vectrex brings mini arcade play home. Exclusive. I think this is saying something about the AMOLED screen. It's hard to read. I can't really make that out. But anyways, we get to see the packaging here. And then if we scroll down, now this website is retrododo.com. And they did a podcast. You guys can go find that however you find podcasts. But they sat down with David, and he talked about this special edition. And so we're going to scroll down. He gives some details. Okay, let's see. The Vectrex Mini tries to stay as close to the original console as possible in terms of shape and form. So they tried to stick as close to the original look and feel of this thing as they could. And they also say that there will be 3 tiers for their standard edition of the miniature Marvel. So in the Kickstarter program, there's going to be 3 different entry points. I don't know. It doesn't say what that is. We'll have to wait till they launch the Kickstarter. But the return of the Vectrex is a special moment. And David rightly wants to mark this special occasion with a special edition white version of the console. And then they make a joke about it looking like a Mac, and that it came before Macintosh. So actually, the Mac actually gives off a Vectrex vibe. It's kind of funny. Anyways, you guys can go and read this article. I'll link to it. Here's another graphic. This is like the Kickstarter graphic here for the white mini version. And it reveals a couple things. It reveals the price at 219 euros, which is that'll be $256 US plus $12. So if we include, so we go to 31, it's going to be roughly $270 for this white special edition. But it's limited to 200 units. There's not going to be any more than that. It says Pearl White Vectrex Mini Console, numbered with certificate of authenticity, exclusive white edition badge, special sticker pack to customize your console. Nobody better be putting those stickers on that console. I guess unless you're planning on keeping it forever. But Man, I don't know if if I was one of the lucky 200 that buy this. Um, I'd probably want to get a black one too. Open the black one, customize it, and keep the white one nice and pristine. But that's just me. I'd take it out and look at it, play it, but I think that it would probably live in its box, or at least live next to its box on my shelf in my game room. So here's a quote from David. He says, "I wanted to do a special edition. I asked my company in Taiwan, I want to do a gold edition or perhaps a silver edition. And they said to me, David, it's too complicated. You have to paint over plastic. So I asked them, which color can I do? They said white." And I thought, why not? It's going to be classy. I know there's a lot of people who's going to be like, oh, I would like a gold edition or a silver edition would be awesome. But like I said, I'm a fan of white electronics. So, hey, white sounds pretty good to me. So in this paragraph, they state that all the details are going to be released soon in their Kickstarter. It'll go live soon. But they do reveal that they're going to have 50 units in a special Founders Edition with a price of 99 euros. 99 euros translates into $116 US. So if you're one of the lucky first 50 to order it, you can get this thing for super, super cheap. The other thing they revealed is they have an early bird price. This is 129, limited to the first 200 units. So if you're within the first 200 units, you get it for 129, and 129 is 151 US dollars plus 12 for shipping. And then they say they're gonna reveal more and that you can listen to their full podcast. And if you go to this website that I linked, it actually has their podcast right here and you can listen to it. So I wanted to give you guys this updated video of the Vectrex Mini. I think that them bringing back the Vectrex brand is super cool. And 2025 has just been an awesome year for people reviving like old retro gaming consoles and computers and different things. And I think that this is awesome because I'm an advocate of preserving these video games and these programs. And by creating new consoles that you can play the original games on in one way or another, it's just another way to preserve the legacy of these games and these consoles. And I know that there's a little controversy around the Analog 3D, which is a Nintendo 64 completely rebuilt console with modern features that plays original cartridges. I know a lot of their pre-order people are mad because they've pushed the deadline back a few times. But what I like about that system is it is basically just a Nintendo 64. It does not run on emulation. It runs them natively. It runs all your games natively. You can pop your cartridge in there and it will just run it. There's no information about whether you will be able to put an N64 ROM on it and run it. I'm not sure that they're going to do that, but I'm sure that somebody will hack it and make it work. But what I like about these systems is that these people that are making them, they're fans of retro games. These are companies that are being created around a fan base rather than for the thought of just getting money. And I think one of the best examples of that is that Retro Recipes YouTube channel, the guy that runs that channel, he bought Commodore brand and is now doing a new Commodore 64 console or computer, sorry. And you can pre-order it right now. And I'll put that video up here too. That's a really good one. I got all the information that you'll need on it. Anyways, thanks for tuning in again, and thanks for listening to me ramble about these things. I only do videos of things that I'm interested in. And so if you guys want to join my corner of the retroverse, hit that subscribe button and comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite new retro hardware that's coming out? And stay tuned. I got some fun videos planned. My next video is going to be kind of a fun one, and it kind of makes like even modern games have a retro feel. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun one. Until next time, as always, stay rad and stay retro.